Consider the line graph below about adolescent smoking. Based on this display, would it be correct to say that the percentage of 8th graders who reported smoking cigarettes daily in the previous 30 days was about twice as high in 1996 as it was in 1993? Why or why not? So I can see this looks like a nice graph. It's got nice labels and titles may be a little long, but it's okay. I can see that they've got a line graph or time plot. That makes sense because we've got years, so it makes sense that I would be tracking this over time. So I think the choice on type of graph makes sense for the data that they have here. And again, this is the percentage of 8th graders reported smoking cigarettes for each of those years. And you can see that the percentages here go up to 12, right? So in general, this looks pretty good. Now, what I did notice is that my lowest percentage shown here is 6. And so it looks like in this case, the y-axis has been truncated, meaning it doesn't start at 0. At the very least, that means that they should have included like a truncation symbol to indicate that they aren't starting at 0. However, for bar graphs and then also for things like this, for line graphs, it can absolutely be misleading to truncate things, right? So this throws things off. And when I say throw off, I mean basically makes it hard to compare. And they've actually pinpointed one place where we can compare. They're asking us to compare 1996 with 1993. So if I go to 1996, that would be this point right here. And then if I go to 1993, that's going to be this point here. And so they're asking, was it about twice as high in 1996 as it was in 1993? And so I should just be able to look at my line graph and say, yeah, like that looks reasonable, right? I can see, like, if I look at the distance here between the horizontal axis and that point at 1993, it looks like it's about half as the one for 1996, or 1996 looks like it's roughly about double the size. So looking at this, I should be able to look at that line graph and say, yeah, 1996 was twice as high as 1993. However, because they've truncated this, because this doesn't go down to 0, right, because it starts at 6, that's actually not true. And you can actually see that if you look and see what numbers this represents. 1996 looks like it's at about 10, and 1993 looks like it's at about 8. That is definitely not twice as much, right? So it looks twice as high. Because of the truncation, because they didn't start at 0. So it makes that difference between 1993 and 1996 look way bigger than it actually is. In actuality, 1996 was at 10, 1993 was at 8. So, yeah, it's only 2 more percentage points from between those 2 years, between 93 and 96.